took me less than 30 days to sign my first coaching client, but I'm going to show you how to do it in the next 5 days. I've made over 7 figures coaching, I've signed well over 500 clients, and I've helped more than 150 coaches to land their first client in the last 12 months. So in this video, I'll show you how to do the same without a website, without running ads, and without a complicated setup. Just a simple 3-step system most coaches get completely wrong. But in order for this to make any sense, I have to show you the first step that people get wrong. So let's imagine that someone walks up to you and says, I can help you with anything. Now, at first, of course, it sounds good, but then you start thinking, help me with what? Help me how? Is this even for me? Do I need it? And that's exactly where most new coaches go wrong. They're trying to help everyone with everything. And what you need to know is that a confused mind will always say no. So here's what you need to do instead. You simply need to create something people can actually buy. And before you think, Sean, that bit's obvious, most people overcomplicate this because they think that they need to provide a massive transformation for their clients. But you don't need some all singing, all dancing program. You literally just need to solve one clear problem with one clear outcome. And that's it. So let me give you a few examples to make this so much easier. If you're a fitness coach, help someone lose 3 kilos before the summer. If you're a career coach, help them nail their next job interview so that they can get the job. If you're a sober coach, help someone take a 60-day break from alcohol. Simple and super specific. It just needs to be something that you can deliver in 4 to 6 weeks. Too many of you think that you need to create longer programs, but that's completely backwards. And I'll give you some proof to show you that this is the case. So if I said to you that you can pay me $5,000 and I'll give you 2 options. Option 1, you make $5,000 back tomorrow, or option 2, you wait 2 months to make $5,000. Which one do you choose? Obviously the one where you make it tomorrow. That's because the faster someone gets a result, the more valuable it becomes. So once you've got that, you think that you're ready, but you're not. And unfortunately, this is where I see so many coaches get stuck. Because having your offer created is just step 1. What you do next matters even more, otherwise it won't work. So let me just show you recently, because this happened in the Elite Coaching Academy. So we had a client called Jo, lovely woman, great coach, didn't have a big fancy audience, didn't have any funnels or anything set up. She simply created her offer. But then nothing happened. No messages, no new clients. And it wasn't because the offer was wrong. It was because no one knew that it existed. So instead of changing or tweaking the offer, she simply started talking about it. She went through people she already knew. She went through followers, old contacts, people on her phone. And before you say, Sean, I don't know anyone, you absolutely do. You have people on Instagram, people on Facebook, people on LinkedIn, people in your phone as contacts. You get the picture. So no one is starting from zero. But all she said to these people was, hey, I've started helping people with X. Do you know anyone who would benefit from it? That's it. Then she started talking about it in her content. Literally, that is it. And within 2 days, someone replied and said, yeah, this is something I actually need help with. Bang. She signed a first client for £1,500 2 days into working with us. So that's step 2. You need to talk about your offer. Surprise, I know. But you need to talk about it a lot more than you think. And let me tell you just how much so you don't get this part wrong too. So at the start of your coaching journey, you should be spending 80% of your time marketing and 20% of your time delivering coaching. Because if people can't see your offer and don't know it exists, then of course they can't buy it. Now, when you do this, you'll start getting interest. You'll get replies, DMs, conversations will start, but you need to do this next thing. Otherwise, you're going to completely mess things up. Because I see so many great coaches get this part entirely wrong. And they get it wrong because what they do is they stay in the messages, they stay in the conversation, they try and explain everything over text, they send long paragraphs, they go back and forth, and slowly, the conversation dies. And the opportunity to help somebody disappears. And it's frustrating because when you do this, people, they get so close. And when you're talking to people only in the DMs, those people simply focus on price. And that's not what drives the decision. Price is what someone pays, but value is what they believe that they are getting. And of course, it's hard to build value up over messages. So what do you need to do instead? And what are the people who are actually signing coaching clients doing at this point? Well, it's very simple, but they just move the conversation out of messages and they turn it into a real consultation sales call. Because in an actual conversation, you get to understand them, you can ask better questions, you can go deeper than you can on text, and you can show them clearly how you can help. So what tends to happen here is instead of convincing them, once you present your offer, they convince themselves. And that's what makes working with you feel like the next obvious step. So that's the 3-step system, and it's how I signed my first client in 30 days and how you can do it in the next 5. If you want to know exactly how to create your offer step by step today, so you're not messing things up from the get-go, then just click this video here and I'll walk you through it.